Hey guys, I'm 𝗙𝗙𝗖𝗀𝗧𝗏 from 𝗢𝗙. I've been investing on 𝗢𝗙 for 8 years, almost a decade now. If you'd invested in me back in 2015 when I began investing with say $10,000 today, that would be worth $57,000, but that was not a straight line journey. That was a very bumpy journey, and I share that journey on my 𝗢𝗙 profile, and you can go check that out there. One of the most dangerous traits I've recognized in the world of finance is investment paralysis. Here's how investment paralysis works. You find a good investment, you do some research, and you realize that there's money to be made with this individual stock. Investment paralysis will get you to look at all the other investment opportunities, and it will get you to look at every single one of the potential things that could go wrong. So instead of investing right away, you hold on to your cash. You keep researching until the investment opportunity you saw no longer exists. What can be really dangerous is if you then panic and get FOMO after seeing, say, the share price of the business that you're looking at going up, and then buying the business at a worse price. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a funny term for something that is actually quite serious and can be as addictive as a drug. In this video, I'm going to share something that I usually don't like to. In 2015, I began investing on 𝗢𝗙 with only $500 when I was 19. I don't like to talk about this because I've added a lot more since then, and also that number, $500, doesn't really reflect how much that money meant to me at the time. Even though $500 felt like I was gambling my life savings at the time, this was not my life savings. It was an amount of money that I could actually comfortably lose. But better than that, even though I could have invested more money and I could have invested the money better, I was buying things like gold and oil and not really knowing what I was doing. But the best thing about that $500 is that it's now been compounding for 8 years. However, I feel like the word compounding doesn't do the concept justice. Think of it this way, even if I'd invested in housing at the top of the market, that money has been collecting rent for 8 years. And let's say house prices suddenly collapsed, it's been reinvesting into housing during that economic collapse. If I'd invested it in McDonald's, it's been doing the same thing except making me burgers. And the same with Coca-Cola and with Apple and so on and so on. I would have been making smartphones, Coca-Colas and PCs for Microsoft. Better than that, you can buy 100 or 500 companies in one single trade if you buy the NASDAQ or VU. All I'm trying to say is that a lot of people miss the main concept of investing. You're buying an engine that prints money. By investing early, I use quotation marks because at the time I felt like I was really late to the game even though I was just 19. But yeah, by investing early, I got returns for longer, and also now, 8 years later, I get better returns. My goal now is I'm happy with the trades that I've made, what's in my portfolio. I just want to keep buying better positions than what I already have. This way, if I make the absolute best trade possible in the future, I should have more money to invest in than if I'd done nothing. There's a story I like for this, which is two people are given a choice. One is given $1 million and the other is given a penny that doubles every day for a month. The first person gets $1 million, which is great, fantastic. Who wouldn't want that? But the other person who took the penny has $5 million. What I like about this story is this is essentially how the stock market works when it's done right. Your money doesn't give you a small little interest, woohoo, to say thank you for investing. It's growing, it's actively looking for the best possible places to reinvest your earnings so that your money performs better in the future. The money that you invest today is likely going to pale in comparison to the amount of money that you're going to be investing in the future. Warren Buffett made half of his wealth after he was 90. This is the true incredible power of compounding. And ultimately, if you do make an investment mistake and you don't like something that you bought, you can always close it, even at a loss. But if you are closing a week after you made the investment, then I think you need to evaluate your investment making decision process. There's a problem if you bought a stock 1 week ago and thought it was the best company in the world, and now you've completely changed your mind and want to sell all of your shares. If the stock hasn't completely gone to the moon, then the problem is you. On your next stock, actually write down your thesis. It doesn't need to be very long. I make very, very basic theses on stocks. If I buy something like Greggs, I like to look at how many bakeries it owns and how much it earns per bakery. And then I'm just doing projections onto how many bakeries I think they can build in the next year and where their earnings should be. It should not be that complicated. But when you want to close a position, now you can go back to your thesis and look at why you bought that stock, why you liked it, and you can compare it to the stock that you are considering buying. With a thesis written down, I found a stock can become a benchmark for future trades, and I've really found this help with my personal improvement as an investor. If you want to learn from someone that's been doing this over 8 years and has learned from a lot of mistakes, you can go to eToro, you can see my stats, and if you really want to, you can copy my trades. That's totally up to you guys, but if you really want to be rich, you've got to do this.